Welcome. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is October 2nd, 2022, and you know what that means. It is day 2 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 11. I've been doing this for 11 years. I cannot believe that I've been doing this for 11 years. You're going to hear me say that a lot this month. But today's movie is well, it's not really a movie. It's a mini-series for the new adaptation of Stephen King's The Stand. But before I really dive deep into telling you what I thought about this, and as well as like what adaptation of from the one from the 90s or this one that I prefer, I need you to do a few things. Hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, click subscribe, and leave a comment down below, because doing all of those things helps me and you in several different ways. Helps me get my channel and videos out there to a much broader audience, helps you stay notified when my videos go live, and as well as when you leave comments, I can actually interact with y'all and have some, because I want to hear what you have to say about each of these videos or the reviews, depending on the video, of course. But I just want to hear what you have to say. So, and as well as I want to throw some shout outs real quick, because this month of October seems very awesome. Our little horror community has gotten quite big, at least to me, because the last couple of years it's just been me, the Ice Lord, and the 13th Wolfman, and then it just kind of blew up. You know, like we got so many others doing so many different things for the month of October. You got the 13th Wolfman, I'm the Ice Lord, Jennifer Toshi, me, Mr. Bones, Random Horror. We're all doing the 31 days, moods, and Double Shot J. Then you got several others just streaming throughout the month of October, having different cool in-depth topics, watch-alongs. Like, there's just so much content going on in the month of October, and it's like it's awesome. I love this horror community that we've built as a little small YouTube channel. So I'm loving it 100%. So I hope you all have a very good October. And so now on to my thoughts about this newer version of The Stand. And I love it. For yesterday's movie, for day 1, was Experiment 53. The movie was only about an hour and 10 minutes long. I watched it twice, in color and in black and white. So it kind of had a really cool movie watching experience, where that's also why I chose this, because this would be also a really awesome all day watching experience, because it's about 9 hours long, 8 episodes, and if you start midday and work your way to the end of, like, when it starts really getting dark out, and like it's perfect for that kind of day, like late in October, not quite end of it, but late October. Watch this, and this movie kind of has hits kind of close to home, you know, the last couple of years with the pandemic and everything. It's because it's about a flu virus that's kind of really it's very has a high mortality rate. So it's like, once you get it, you're dead, basically. But there are people who are immune to it and everything. And of course, it's Stephen King, so it has the supernatural element, like the religious elements. What else? It just, like, it has all the Stephen King tropes in there. But what version do I prefer? The one from the 90s or the one from 2020, 2021? And I prefer this one, because I think this one has a little bit more room to breathe. I think the only problem with the one from the 90s is that it was made for television. It was made for TV, where this one is more graphic. Like, yeah, I'm not, that's what really is the selling point for this one for me, is because it allows to breathe, allows content that you couldn't show on television be allowed in this. It has, like, even though they both have, like, both adaptations have really good actors in it, like the one from the 90s, you got Gary Sinise, Rob Lowe, Molly Ringwald, who else you got? No, Whoopi Goldberg's in this newer one. who else? Just I can't remember who's playing the Randall Flagg character in the older and from the one from the 90s, but this one also has very good actors. Yeah, James Marsden, Alexander Skarsgård, Amber Heard, Ezra Miller. I know those two kind of are a little bit more problematic nowadays, but they're good in this movie. You know, like I do like their performances in this movie. And I enjoy this one just because of that reason, is because it allows it to breathe and stretch out and put content in and be a little bit more freer. I've tried to watch the 90s version. I finally made it all the way through, but it was kind of a slog for me. You know, it really was. I appreciate what it was for when it was in the 90s and what it did, and like for being on television and everything, and like knowing that it was kind of a big ratings hit for ABC, I think, right? Or CBS, or just one of those channels, you know. But this is the superior one just because of that reason, because I know I keep harping on this aspect of being able to let it breathe and just the unedited content, because like you hear people dropping the F-bomb, you actually when the people get sick, like it's a little bit more like unsettling, and it's like the really snotty noses, and it's more the flu like look of it all and everything. And then when you got the two camps in this movie, like there you got the good guys and you got the bad guys. You know, the good guys are kind of like in this little small community out in the middle of nowhere, and then you got Las Vegas. You know, you got the sin, you know, it's like the debauchery capital of the world in this world, and led by Randall Flagg, played by Alexander Skarsgård, and it's like, and then they try to sabotage one another, and like they send people into each other's camps and everything, and it's just so good. I spent a whole day watching this, and that's why I prefer doing that way. I did start midday, worked my way in when, like, as you were watching the movie, it kind of went with the way the sun was going down, because like it was just progressively getting darker as the show was progressively getting darker, and the climax and everything. So that's just my way of like, that's why I chose it for the month of October. So it does have some really kind of scary elements in there and everything, so it's fun, and everyone's performance in both this one and in the 90s version are done really well. I enjoy everyone's acting, the special effects for both, but I just prefer this one. I think this one is a little bit more rewatchable, way more rewatchable in my opinion. So and it wasn't a slog to get through because I was enjoying all of it. So, and that's all I have to say. It's has Greg Kinnear in it. He's awesome. It, like James Marsden, Whoopi Goldberg, who else is in this? Like I mentioned, Amber Heard. It just, like, I can't believe the people in this one, and it's just done so well. It's filmed very cinematically. It looks like each movie is like a little bitty mini movie, you know. It's like, it's really done really, really well. So that is all I have to say about that. So I do have a rating scale, 1 being more than average horror, or one being your run-of-the-mill horror, 2 best watch with your 3 more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre, 4 helps move the horror genre forward, and 5 being a horror classic. Now, like yesterday, this one's a little bit harder to rate because it is a mini series, and it's just like, it's 9 episodes flat, so or 8 episodes flat, I do believe. So how to rate this? I think it is a little bit of a two, best watch with a group, get some people who are big Stephen King fans, and that's one way of kind of rating this. I watched it solo and down here in the basement, and on surround sound, and oh, that was a very good experience. So it could be watched by yourself because it is more than average horror, but it isn't. So I say it's about a 2.5. It's it is definitely more than average, but not quite moving the horror genre forward. It is a pretty decent adaptation. So it is, I think it's 2.5. It's you can watch it with a group, and you can watch it by yourself, and it does help be more than average. So, and this one does have the uncut book ending. It shows you what the aftermath for Randall Flagg is. So that is all I have to say about this. The first 2 days have been so much fun. I cannot wait to see what the rest of the month has for me. Tomorrow, for day 3, I am starting my franchise videos. The video the franchise I will be doing through the whole month of October. So tune in for that. So I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and all I can really say is have a happy October, and thank you.